Oh no, it's a 6-drop. What am I thinking? Why did I think this was 7? Honestly, what am I doing? What am I doing? Hey everybody, back for an Phyrexia and All Will Be One draft. Let's get into it. Ooh, okay. I actually haven't had a chance to play this in Limited yet. So, Mondrak, Glory Dominus. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. You can pay 3, or Phyrexian, sacrifice 2 other artifacts or creatures, and make this thing indestructible. This is a really good pack. Drowned in Ecor is good, Volt Charge is good, but obviously I'm going to take the Mondrak. I got excited for a second. I thought this was the Urbrask's Forge. Okay. So with our card, we love Basilica Shepherd. Crawling Chorus is really good with it as well. Duelist of Deep Faith is okay. These two are really good cards. The one that was more likely to make it back to us is Crawling Chorus, so we'll grab the Basilica Shepherd here. I've actually had really good luck with this card. Unfortunately, it's really good against tokens, which is what we're going to be building, so I don't think I'm going to grab it. We'll take Barbed Batterfist here because when this enters the battlefield, if Mondrak's on the battlefield, it'll actually create 2 tokens, which is just fantastic value. The other choice here would be Contagious Vorak, but I think we just take the Barbed Batterfist. Another Anointer. Interesting. Another Crawling Chorus. I think we take the removal. Right? I mean, yeah, we have to take the removal here. Really? Okay, so the Helm would be a great pick for us, because again, creates 2 tokens, but I think if we see the removal, we just take it. That's crazy. Oh my. Okay. Let's grab that Crawling Chorus now, hoping that the person behind us also skipped all the Crawling Choruses. Anything else in here I'd be interested in? Mandible is always a good card, but I think we just take the Crawling Chorus. I think we're just building a go-wide deck for now anyway. We're definitely not. I mean, we've got 1 red card. We know we're not going to be for sure red. We know we're going to be white unless something extremely bomby happens in packs 2 and 3. But the fact that there were so many Crawling Choruses and Planar Disruptions that nobody took, it's a really good sign for white. Whoo! Boy. Okay. Yep, we'll take the Flensing Raptor. Really hope a lot of those white cards come back to us. I'm a little nervous that passing 2 of the Crawling Choruses put somebody behind us on white, and then coming back in pack 2 is going to be a bit rough. We'll be getting the second best white card in most packs probably. But hopefully by then we've sorted out our second color and we can be happy to pick those instead. We'll find out here soon enough. We'll see if that pack 1... Was there a pack 1 chorus? It was either pack 1 or pack 2 there was a chorus, and then again pack 3 or 4. Curious to see if those come back. Oofty. Duelist of Deep Faith, please. I mean, again, equipment's really good in our deck. But that's a 5-drop, so we'll take the Duelist. I don't love this card, but we're going to take it anyway. I think I like it over Zealot's Conviction. Although, if we're creating a bunch of mites, maybe we can get Toxic online and make this a decent card. But either way. Another Duelist of Deep Faith. Apparently we're just going to build a mono-white deck. I mean, I don't hate this. Especially if a couple of those Crawling Choruses come back to us. Duelist of Deep Faith is a great card with the Flensing Raptor, especially if we can get this on it. I mean, you could have a Duelist of Deep Faith 3/1 first striker on turn 3. That'd be nice. All right, pick 11. We will snap up a complete devotion here and not complain. I am seeing an alarming lack of red. Like the last 4 packs, I don't think there's even been red cards for us to choose from. So red might not be our second color. You know what? Let's take this in case we end up mono white. You never know. I think I'd like that over the Molten Rebuke. We've got pretty good removal. Hey, love seeing that come back to us. None of the Crawling Chorus has made it back to us, though, which is kind of a bummer. So I'm thinking this next pack is where we're going to get our second color because a lot of the good white's going to be taken already. Hey, okay. I think we're going to take the Wanderer here. And all of a sudden, mono white has become a very real possibility for us. What else in this pack do we like? Not a whole lot, honestly. The Vorak, if we do end up white-green, that's a great card. Cephalopod is really good in the artifact deck, but we're not an artifact deck. We just very happily snap up the Eternal Wanderer.
Oh, I've made it just in time.
Okay, this is where we need to start making decisions. Do I grab the Hexgold Slash, or do I grab our third Duelist of Deep Faith if we are a mono-white deck? I think I take Hexgold Slash just because it's such a good card in this format. Again, I'm hoping Pack 2 is where we sort out our second color if we don't go mono-white. But hey, if they want to give us a Pack 3 pick 1 Vindicator, that's the 4-drop in in white, 4 white pips, I guess we could be mono-white. Wowzers. Again, we're not a toxic deck, but with Mondrak on the battlefield and us being able to make might tokens, maybe we are. We don't care about oil. Swooping Lookout is really only good in the artifact cards, or if you are heavy equipment, it's actually a decent card. Because then you can get it on the battlefield for 1 and start equipping it and swinging. This is good, I suppose, huh? Because if we get this down, and then we do double up our artifact mites as they come in, that thing will get pumped twice. Hexgold Hoverwings. Oh boy. This is a tough choice. Hexgold Hoverwings is a fantastic card. So is Against All Odds. I know they only rated a 1.5 here or whatever, which that's fine. But in an artifact deck, equipment deck, excuse me, can be a house of a card. It's such value. You rebounce one of your equipment, and it creates another token. And then you can bring something back from the graveyard. I think I just take the Hexgold Hoverwings here, but I'm tempted for that Against All Odds. That actually might wheel back to us. I doubt it, but it's possible. Affinity for equipment. We've already got some big cards. I don't know if we necessarily want that. How much equipment do we have? We got 3. We're about to get 4, but Sinew Dancer I'm not super interested in. We've already got one of these. I'll never play 2. We'll take the Splitter. Creatures you control get +1/+2 until end of turn. Affinity for artifacts. 6 artifacts so far. Not a whole lot that I see in this pack that I like. I think maybe I'd take the Complete Devotion. I'm not typically one for taking combat tricks over creatures, but in this case I think I will. Makes our equipment cheaper. I don't love it, but okay. Appears to be a lot of blue, huh? Not even wearing the lucky hat today, and we've picked 2 really good cards, and they were in the same color, which, that's crazy, right? Duelist of Deep Faith. Okay. Probably won't play it, but we'll drop it in there. Another Basilica Skull Bomb. I don't think we'll need 2 of them. Hey, Against All Odds came back to us. Against All Odds. Crazy. Alright, we're about to see what our pack 3 pick 1 is. If we hit 3 bombs in a row, I'm going to be pretty happy. Here we go. Okay. It's definitely bomby, but doesn't really go in our deck. Hex Gold goes in our deck, as does another Basilica Shepherd. But do I want to play 2 of them? I mean, they play so well with our Mondrak. I think I take the Hex Gold here. I've got the white to go on the mono white plan if I want. I could totally go mono white. What would I be giving up? A Hex Gold and a couple of equipments? I need to make a decision here. Okay, don't really love anything in this pack as far as what we're building. It's not a good card for us. Our curve is already pretty high, so I don't think we want that card either. Well, I don't like any of these. So, let's get the gems. Oy. Okay, this is a really tough call. If I take the Rebel Salvo, then we're definitely going to be a red-white deck. If I take Indoctrination Attendant, we can still stay mono-white. Let's take Salvo. What does this card do again? At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Furnace Punisher deals 2 damage to that player unless they control 2 or more basic lands. Okay. I think we just maybe take the Free from Flesh. How's my creature count looking? 11, and I've got 4 equipments, so 15 really. Yeah. I'll grab it. Incisor Glider is good if you've got Corrupted online. But we're not going to count on corrupting people. Let's take Atraxis Skitterfang. I'm actually surprised this is still here. Axiom Engraver is really good too, because that allows us to rummage away our lands if we have too many. But I think I just take the Skitterfang. Grab a Crawling Course. I'll put Zealot's Conviction in there, but I don't think it's going to make the cut. Charge of the Mites is great in our deck. Splitter. I mean, we have good removal. We have good early creatures. We've got big bomby things on the back end of this. This should be a good deck, as long as I pilot it correctly. Basilica Skull Bomb, I'm probably not going to run any of those. Zealot's Conviction, probably not. Complete Devotion, maybe one. Duelist, sure. Mandible, maybe. Disruption, 2 of those, yes. Bard Batterfist, Hex, yes, yes. Charge of Mites, yes. Flensing Raptor, probably. Helm, yes. This thing, probably not. Salvo, yes. Skitterfang, yes. Against all odds, yes. Hexgold Hoverwings, for sure. The Enforcer, probably not, even though that's actually pretty good in our deck. Oh boy. How many 4-drops can we play? Maybe only one of the splitters. Oh boy. Maybe I should have built a mono white deck. We have good removal in mono white. We've got 2 Planar Disruptions and a Charge of the Mites. And then obviously the Eternal Wanderer is a, for the most part, board wipe when it comes down. For those of you that don't know, so it comes in with 5, and you can -4 it right away. Each player chooses one creature. Or no, I'm sorry. For each player, I choose one creature that player controls, including myself. And then we sacrifice all other creatures not chosen that way. It's great with Mondrak on the battlefield because I can hit the 0 and create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with double strike. I would obviously create 2 of those with Mondrak out there. I mean, I have enough white to build a mono white deck. And it's actually a decent deck. Early creatures with tricks. Should we try? I haven't built a mono white deck yet, but I mean, if you come flying out with mono white and they recognize your mono white in the first few turns, they know what to look for. You're either running the Eternal Wanderer, the Vindicator, the Phyrexian Vindicator, or White Sun's Twilight. Those are the 3 decks that you're in if you run out mono white. So what are we giving up if we get rid of the red? One of the best removals. I think red's probably second best removal behind Rebel Salvo, which we also have. 2 great 2-drops. This 3-drop I don't really care so much about. This one, it's okay. So what if we cut that? Then we need to make... I need to run 17 lands in here because we are pretty heavy on the top end. So I'll do 17 with the tap land, I guess. We would still need to make 2 more cuts. I don't know what those cuts would be. I guess because we're only running 4 equipments, so I guess Against All Odds isn't as good here as it has been for me in previous decks. I mean, it's nice to... I mean, you can get the Skitterfang's effects doubled, right? Or have them last twice as long. You could use this to bounce this back onto the battlefield, and it comes in with the 3 oil counters again. So, I mean, it's got really good value. The Attendant's fantastic. You know what? Let's do it. We're going to run mono white. I'll put 1 Skull Bomb in there. The Enforcer, I still don't think I want to run that. Devotion or the 1-drop? I think Devotion. I still think I run 17 lands with the tap land. Our curve's going to be like 3-1 or something. 3-0. Okay. 12 creatures, but that's actually... Oh, let's see. How much equipment do I have? Just the two then, right? The helm and the hover wings. Oh, and the bardiche. I don't know. We could... Oh, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to see how it plays first game. Probably should be building a Boros deck here, not mono white, but... Live and learn, right? Like I said, we've got decent removal in mono white. We've got 3 removal spells. 4 if you count the Wanderer. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Let's go! We don't really have any corruption payoffs, though. Memory serves, right? We didn't really draft any of those. Okay, then we can maybe might whatever they put down, taking them to 3 poison right away, right? Ooh, that's a really good card, too. I think what I do is I wait until this turn to see what they play, and then I might. Oh, never mind. We found a new target for the might. We definitely found a new target for the might. The unblockable 2/1 is going to be a problem. So we'll do this. That's not what I meant to do. For some reason, I didn't play that. I thought this was the NX Sentry when I dropped it. That's not if you saw me hover over it last turn because I was going to play it because NX Sentry is a 3-drop. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, I thought this was a 3-drop. It must be a 4-drop. Because in my head, this was NX Sentry, not Indoctrination Attendant. Okay, that's gross. If they get rid of those, I was going to say, if they take off those counters now, that means that they've got a Hex Gold in their hand. Okay. Kill that thing. Let's see what they do here. One of my 1/1s is going to die, if not both. That's a lot of poison heading their way. Okay. I have a very uneasy feeling playing mono white. Like, I'm missing my red right now. I've played a lot of red in this set. Do I put this on the Indoctrination Attendant, or do I put it on the Duelist to kill their 3/3? Get in for 5 or get in for 7? Okay, next turn we can put out the Raptor and swing the Indoctrination Attendant for 3. Taking him down to 4. Interesting. Ah, that's a bummer. They'll trade with it, I'm assuming. Well, we could pull a Planner here. Planner Disruption would be a good card off the top. So So we play the Flensing Raptor. We target this. We send this, this, and this. They'll block with their 4/3, I presume. Oh, interesting. Not what I thought they were going to do, but that's all right. Next turn, we can give the 3/4 flying with our Atraxa Skitterfang. Alright, they have to block the 3/4 here and trade. We'll get in for 2. Next turn, we can give our Duelist of Deep Faith flying, as well as our Flensing Raptor already has flying. They're looking for removal right now. Okay. Alright. They could still have a Hex Gold in their hand. They do not. Alright, that was a good game. Did feel a little awkward, though. Not having my red removal suite. That's alright. We'll see how this next game goes. If I still don't like the deck this next game, then maybe I'll go back and rethink about putting in some red. Because we have, like I said, red's 2 best removal spells. Rebel Salvo, Hexgold Slash. And then we've got 2 of their better equipments. Hexgold... Nope. What's it called? No. Anyway. It's the equipment that gives First Strike on your turn. And then the equipment that... the Barbed Batterfist. We have that one as well. But really, as far as red goes, those are the only 4 cards I really care about. We've also got the Splitter equipment, which gives the equipment equipped creature +1. Nope, +2, +0. I mean, that's pretty good too. But oh man, if I had a 2-drop creature in here, we could keep this, but I don't. Don't love this either, but especially on the draw. I don't know, play till turn 3. We need to get lucky here with either getting a 2-drop off the top here or one of our choruses, or we're going to be in trouble. Well, I'm not going to win a race. Okay. We are behind. We are even further behind. Okay, well. It's a bummer we don't have a way to protect it, so it just dies to Rebel Salvo. Oh boy. Okay, well this will create 2 creatures, which is good. We still don't have a way to protect our Mondrak. Ah, that's a bummer. What did they pitch? Oh, Sulfime. Or Sulfum. We're in trouble. Really missing my red removal suite right now. I mean, even after our first mulligan, we did not have a good hand. I should have probably gone down to 5, but I think against this draw, we were in trouble either way. What we need to be ripping here are lands. So we have the hope of the Wanderer coming down for us, but with only 4 on the battlefield, that hope is getting much, much less. I mean, this game is pretty much a foregone conclusion. But we'll play it out. This game is definitely a foregone conclusion. Yeah, we're just dead. Good times, everybody. Okay, let's go back in and rebuild this thing. I need to throw the red back in there. I'm too uncomfortable with this super high curve in this really fast format. So we're going to drop that curve down to 2.5 or so if I can. Alright, so the cards we want to add in for sure: Hexcold Slash, Barbed Batterfist, Halberd, and the Red Salvo. I want those in the deck for sure, because if we are slower, a little bit slower, then we need removal. Get rid of the Bardiche. Against All Odds can go. The Basilica Skull Bomb can go. We need to fix our lands. Justiceer, I still like Justiceer in here. Because whenever these artifacts come in... Oh, she doesn't make artifacts, does she? She just makes the tokens. Doesn't say that they're artifacts. I don't know, what do we think? What do we think? Okay. Let's try this. Where did we get that curve to? 2.9? 2.8. Alright, well, it came down a little bit. That could be all the difference in the world. Again, we're still, we're pretty heavy. Ooh, Apostle of Invasion. I don't want that in here. So what do I put in there to replace it? The Splitter? I mean, it trades well with a lot of cards, so maybe we try that. Alright. That should have dropped our curve even more. Not by much. It's probably still 2.8 or whatever, 2.7. Right on cue. We put... Okay, mulligan. Okay, we'll keep this. We'll get rid of the Complete Devotion. Yeah, let's put a little bit of red into our deck, and then bam, you get no planes. No planes for you. Sir Ackle. Sir Ackle. Sir Ackle? Shrackle. 1-3, you say. I think so. We're behind, so we're going to be a little slower than our opponent, who's already playing a fast deck. Red-green is pretty fast, so get that lifelink where we can, I guess. There goes Skitterfang. Nice knowing you, bud. Interesting. Interesting. Why are they not killing my Skitterfang? Do they not realize they can kill my Skitterfang? I am confused. Huh. Oh, that was stupid. Why did I do that? I mean, I'd rather trade the canker. Oh, that was really stupid. I don't know why I did it that way. What was I thinking? There's no... Oh, wow. There was no point to me putting that on the Skitterfang. Other than next turn giving it flying. I'm so confused as to why this person is taking this line of action. I don't want to give it flying now. Oh, they don't have any money to pay for it. I took out... Against all odds, right? So there's no way I can bounce this Atraxa back to me. So do I just give this thing lifelink and swing it? Alright. I like to hold one land back just in case, so they think I've got a trick maybe, or... I mean, it doesn't matter now because my land's all tapped, but... Oh boy.
You will grow with us.
That's bad news for us.
Strength multiplies.
That's good news for us. We need more land, though. And I don't want to sack my land to go get it. Do they have the discard? No, that's in black, right? So if I play out my land this turn, taking us to 5, I need to find 2 more. That Nissa is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Welcome, my companion.
Oh, man, I'm just in big trouble here. Rebel Salvo would be okay here. I think it's creature or planeswalker, right? I need to rip back-to-back lands. Okay, there's one. Oh no, it's a 6-drop. What am I thinking? Why did I think this was 7? Honestly, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Phyrexia must be nurtured.
Okay, this is still okay for us, because they're going to create another... Destroy target artifact. Okay. They'll create another big boy when I wipe their board, and then we can zap it with her +1. If they don't take her off the board. I worry about me sometimes. What could you possibly be holding up here?
Try to best me, if you can.
You gonna start sacking your canker blooms to wipe out my artifacts? That's smart. Boy, in this game we could really use against all odds to get these back from our graveyard. Yep. Oh, that's smart. Smart.
You live because I allow it.
Okay. I would have loved to have attacked there to take the 1/2 off the board, but me hitting Nissa means nothing to them. And me protecting Eternal Wanderer is everything right now. I need that to live another turn. I shouldn't have said the words. The second I said the words, she was doomed.
Fight beside us.
Well, folks. We're in trouble.
I never fight alone.
Oh my gosh. Are people what's with the draws against us? Are people just having the games of their lives against us because we pulled 2 big white bombs? I mean, I can't even she's gonna minus he or she. Sir, I suppose it's a he probably, huh? They're gonna -8, give everything +3/+3 and trample. I mean, all this is doing is prolonging the inevitable. We're just gonna die.
Silenced.
I don't think I have a card in my deck that'll help us. We had one. It was the Wanderer. We pulled it, and they were able to play around it. Because of a Hex Gold Slash they had in their hand, or they top-decked it. They more than likely top-decked it.
Welcome, my companion.
No, I'm done. I'm just done. This game is over. Maddening. How is this deck 1 and 2? Am I really playing that poorly? Planar Disruption would have been really nice there too. We've only seen 1 copy of Planar Disruption in our 3 games. Actually, did we? Alright. I still think this can be a good deck. If it goes 1 and 3, I'm going to be really heartbroken about this one. I feel like we drafted a solid deck. Tried mono white. It was okay. We actually won our first game. Maybe I should have just stuck with that and let the deck play out, but that 3-0 mana curve is just too slow in this format. I think game 2 showed us that, right? In that game, Nissa just whooped us. I've got so many good 2-drops, and we just refuse to get them in our opening hand. I mean, we've got one here, but no land to play it with. Hey, there we go. That's more like it. I'm going to keep this in my hand because it's the only removal that I'm seeing right now. I might actually... Is this greedy if I ditch one of my lands? I mean, Wanderer is our best card, right? So maybe I keep 3 lands and ditch the Bullshock Splitter. We've had Crawling Course in our opening hand 3 out of the 4 games, I think. So that's kind of nice. Okay, next turn we can charge the Mites on something they put down, depending on what it is, and then swing in for 4. Okay. I'm actually really cool with that plan, because I don't want that thing to proliferate when we've got poison counters on it, so let's do that. Next turn, Indoctrination Attendant. Return non-land permanent. Probably return the Barbed Batter Fist, right? Offer the trade here. They don't want it. I would imagine some people have accidentally clicked the token in that situation and been like, oh no. Like I almost just did. Okay, so we have to assume they're running an Anoint. That'll zap anything 3 or less. They've probably also got a completed Devotion since they're a black-white poison deck. Okay. I've tried making this card work, I just haven't had good luck. Okay, so next turn would be a great time to get something like Mondrak or the Wanderer. Not to be greedy. Planar Disruption would be nice too. Slow down their board, swing through for some more damage. Looks like they're going to take something out here. Not sure what it is. Okay, there's the Anoint with Affliction. Could swing here. Move the Hex gold over to the 2/2 and swing, then they know I don't have a trick. I think that's okay anyway. The 1/1 will go through. They're not going to block that. Right? I didn't even think about pulling it back because why would they block the... Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I'll play that out. No, I'm going to leave it there. Because if they have a Whisper of the Draws, I don't want them to kill my 3/1 and then send a 3/2 through. I mean, I doubt they would because they have nothing to block on the way back, but it's... We're in really good shape here, depending on what they play and what we pull. That's good. Okay. Good game. I'm very hesitant to say good game back to people because I've been burned too many times. In that situation, I mean, I probably could have said good game back, but I've played against too many toxic people that have just... They've said good game, and I've said good game back, and then they crack out some ridiculous combo, and I'm dead. Not that that was going to happen there, but I've still got the shell shock. Okay. Yeah, that's a good opener. We're lacking removal, but there's Crawling Course in our opening hand again. And we've been on the play quite a bit, so I guess I really shouldn't complain about my luck. That one game against Nissa was crazy. Like, they had a crazy good draw. Our other loss was a really good draw, too, though, I guess. Yeah. No attacks. I won't really think about a boot. My Canadian coming through there. The Planner Disruption on the 1/2, even though it can help them ramp a little bit, I would rather play it on whatever they're ramping into. Because all the Rustvine Cultivator is doing is speeding up the play of that creature by 1 turn, right? So... They have a fight spell they're thinking about using? Or a bite down effect? Okay, thank you. Sure. I do love that this thing can hit Planeswalkers. This would have been super nice to pull in that Nissa game. Wouldn't mind seeing a land here. Okay. I'm hoping they swing the 4/3. I'm getting greedy here, but I'm holding back the Complete Devotion because then I can get the card draw and the kill. We'll see, though. I mean, another way to do that would have been to swing on their 5/4 on my turn, right? Hoping that they block it with their 4/3 and then I get to keep my card, but that's alright. Okay, so we've got the Wanderer in hand. So I think this would be a good time to use this to slow them down. Swing in with our 2/2. Didn't matter if I did all that stuff first or second, they had no open mana, so I was free to play however I wished. Okay. Need some land. We have a pretty good chance of pulling land. They've got 6 mana, which is a dangerous number for green. Okay, yeah. Good card. Let's rip a land here, huh? 2 in a row. Not often you ask for land 2 turns in a row. Actually, I did it 2 games ago, didn't I? Yeah. I think I keep the pressure on, right? Not that, you know, 2 damage is a ton of pressure, but... What does this do? It gets +1/+0. Nah. They can swing away with their 3/4. I'm probably not going to block it. Alright, now they have 7 mana at their disposal. Ooh, perfect for Nissa. It's perfect for Nissa. Yep, they tapped a green because they want that 4 devotion. Ooh! Boy, we really need to rip a land here this turn. Big time. Land, 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 land. Please. Just not the tap land. Okay, so... Okay. This open drill can block my flyer, so I hold that back now. Now it's just a blocker. So now we are on the waiting game plan. Nope. We're not swinging anything. We hold everything back to block. Does this thing have trample? Indestructible and reach. Okay. Are there any cards that grant trample in this format? I don't think so. Yep. Yep. Okay, folks. We have 3 turns to get a land. And we're sitting at 42% chance to get one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, at least we know they don't have a counter in their hand. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. Each player sacrifices all creatures they control not chosen this way. So, indestructible means nothing. They have to sack it. I'll let you hold on to your Rustvine Cultivator, because I'm a nice guy. I'm going to choose my flyer and your Cultivator. You get to draw a card. You're welcome. I will hold this back. Hopefully, at least the opponent this time doesn't have a Hex Gold Slash to nuke my flyer. Don't have removal. Let me +1 the Eternal Wanderer. Please. Please. Oofty. Okay. Let's see what we get here. Wandrak would be fantastic on this turn. That's being greedy. But, yeah. I think we would probably get an instant scoop if that were the case. Exile 1 target artifact or creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. So I think we do that. That thing goes bye-bye. We run out our Duelist of Deep Faith. That doesn't increase its power. That doesn't increase its power. So we say next to combat. Swing for 2. We do equip this onto here in case they've got the Perdition card. Is it first strike on your turn? Yeah. Ooh, the trample would be nice too, I guess. Okay. So, here's where we hope they yank a land card. Surgical Bay. They're looking at Surgical Bay already, which means they did not get the card that they wanted. Although, I'm pretty sure we yoinked their bombs already. Zopendrel, Evolved Spinoderm. And then the Lattice Blade will come back this next turn on their end step. Oh! Okay. 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 All right. Okay. So it comes back. Next turn they're going to drop their 7-drop again. I think we get rid of that.
I'll handle this one.
Do I have full swing here? Leaving her open. This will be a 2/4 when it swings at her, taking her down to 1. Or do I want to +1 her again? And hopefully I can make her live long enough to -4 her one more time. If this was a creature in hand, I know exactly what I would do. I would full swing here. Okay. Yep, that's cool. I'm fine with that. Totally okay with that. Okay. So I'm assuming they're going to play their 7-drop this turn. That'll chew up all of their mana. It doesn't have hexproof, which is good. I would like to have another creature hit the board here under my control. Okay, that's fine.
Have a nice trip.
I wish we could give this thing +1 power. But alas, we cannot. Oh, you know what? Me attacking there with the 2/3 was a bad choice. Because now when I -4 her, their 4/3 can still live. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. They still only have 7 mana. They're going to get their big boy back this turn. Curious to see what we draw here. If we draw a Planner Disruption would be great, although we've already used one. I think we already used one of our mites as well too, right? Okay.
You're coming with me.
All right. So let's see what we can do here. See what we can do. I was told if you draft the Eternal Wanderer, it's just a game winner. That's a really bad card. Okay, I've got removal in here. I've got Hexgold Slash doesn't really do it for us, but Rebel Salvo will do it. Interesting. Interesting. Why would you play it that way? Okay, so the first plan is Rebel Salvo. They're 4/4. No. Push this thing away. All they have is a green mana up. The other option would be to just wipe their board, leaving them the 3/1 and then swing in with my 2/2. But I think that's our backup plan. I think this is our first plan. Depending on what they do here, if they're able to save it, or if they do some kind of fight spell shenanigans with one green. Oh, that would be Tyvar. Tyvar. They could save it with Tyvar. Now, if I -4 her here. No. No. They're going to Tyvar this thing instead? Okay.
I bought us some time.
Okay. Woo! Man. That was way too much thinking for having the Eternal Wanderer on the battlefield. So if they would have saved it with Tyvar, the 4/4 there, I could have just hit the -4 on the Wanderer, wiping out their board. Still not sure if that was the right move or not, but we won, so hey. One away from that ever so magical 4 wins number that I try to get to with all of my drafts. We shall see. What? No crawling course in our opening hand? This isn't a great opening hand, but I think I'm going to keep it. We've got a 2-drop, and we've got some removal, so if things go really sideways, we have some ways to stall the board. Paging the opponent. Please choose which cards to keep. Thank you. Epic Games. I wonder if this is a somebody. Okay. Well, now we got enough mana for turn 4. Hopefully they don't beat us too hard in the face by then. Are they an oil deck? Or red-white artifacts? Okay, turn 3 will drop down the duelist. Happy to trade here if they want. With the 2/2 anyway, I probably wouldn't trade with the Scamp. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's put this one down. And since we don't have a play, perfect time for the tap land. And we say go. Bummed that we only saw Mondrak that one game, and it died 2 turns later. Okay, so yeah, that's a great card for our planner disruption. Serum Core Chimera. It's kind of hard to get online, but if you've got a really good blue-red oily deck, this card is kind of bonkers. If you've got a good way to proliferate your oil, or if you've got the churning reservoir or whatever it's called, you can just keep adding oil counters to it. Yeah. It's a good card in the right deck. Oof. Goodness gracious. Well, our Duelist of Deep Faith is dead. Isn't this the one that lets you ping? Whenever one or more oil counters are put on a permanent or player, all B1 deals that much damage to target opponent. Oh, creature? Yeah, or planeswalker. Okay. Well, I'm not going to bounce a land back to my hand, so let's do this. And if they trade their 1/1 for my 3/1, I'm totally cool with that, because I'm just going to bounce it with Indoctrination Attendant. And we get one more creature off the board that can get counters. So I'm really hoping they take the bait here. 1/1 for a 3/1? What a deal! Darn it. Okay, so they've got a pretty small board presence here, so maybe I drop this and start creating... Nope. Just kidding. Plans have changed. Plans have definitely changed. Well, wait a second now. Whenever you put one or more counters on a permanent or player... Oh, so when this is an ETB. When it enters the battlefield. Oh, it enters the battlefield with 2 oil counters on it. So how does that work? You didn't put oil counters on it. It came in with oil counters. Right? Whenever you put one or more counters on permanent or player, okay, fine. Enters the battlefield with 2 oil counters on it. Not it gets 2 oil counters when it enters the battlefield. Wizards! I would like to submit an official protest to how you have your game being played here. Alright, it's just going to be just another game where we try to stall the board until we can get... It seems like a waste, doesn't it? I'm going to go for the card draw. Let's get that land. Excellent. Now the opponent feels really good about themselves because they're like, hey, I didn't block that thing because I know that fool probably has a complete devotion in his hand. They're feeling really good about themselves. Hope they play something... Okay. Yeah. I wanted them to play something that would use all their mana this turn, so I don't have to worry about a counter. Oof. Oof. Nice. Where did those 3 oil counters just come from? What the hell's going on with this card? Where'd those 3... They just got 3 oil counters. From what? What am I missing here? What did they get 3 oil counters from? I'm just thoroughly confused right now. Does this give all... Put an oil counter on Cormseer Chimera. Put an oil counter on this thing. Where did this one get its oil counter from? I'm super frustrated right now. Y'all. Where did it get its oil counters from? If I -4 her, she'll just die next turn, right? I have no way to protect her. Create the double striker for 0, I guess. Exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next player's end step. At the beginning of that player's next end step. Oh, okay. Okay. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Please.
I'll clean up this mess.
I mean, I bounce this back to my battlefield, right? Beginning of my next end step. Which is right now. Do I bounce the Wanderer? Or do I bounce the... Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to bounce the Wanderer. Ugh. Proliferates. That's where it came from. Holy crap, I'm dead. That all be one card is nuts. I still think I got screwed out of 2 damage points, though. Yeah, I had fun. I lost, but whatever. Because this thing, yeah, whatever. It came in with oil counters. It doesn't get oil counters added to it. This thing specifically says, whenever you put 1 or more oil counters on a permanent or player. You didn't put the counters on it. It comes in with the counters. I digress. I had fun. We got Wanderer down 3 times, and we lost 2 of the games. What could I have done differently there? Instead of bouncing the Wanderer, I would have bounced Barbed Batterfist. I mean, nothing would have changed. I still would have just had the Indoctrination Attendant. If they were just going straight face instead of going for the Wanderer, they still would have won. So I guess I'm not too bummed about that. The only other thing I could have done was to -4 it, keep this thing on the battlefield locked up, and then it just would have died next turn to a swing or any counters coming in. I probably would have I would have kept this on the battlefield and gotten rid of the 1/1 and the 4/5 just so they can't swing that. But she was still dead to 1 oil damage, which they probably would have played this card just to proliferate, to get the oil counter to kill it. And then this thing would still be on the battlefield shackled down. We wouldn't really have much of a play. We probably still lost that game either way. So anyway, that was a fun one. Unfortunately, we didn't see Mondrak very much. We only saw it one game, and it died the turn after because I wasn't able to protect it. So overall, I think this was a pretty good deck. We probably made a couple misplays here and there, but we just ran into some really good decks. So not much you can do about that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.